Hey guys, how are you doing today?
I'm good, just that.
Okay, a bit tired.
You didn't sleep last night or something?
I've got a big test tomorrow, kind of worried.
Well, tests are important, and if you put your mind to it and just leave the test knowing that you did the best you can do, I guess that's all you can do, right? Um, well, guys, I don't see any other responses, so let me know in the chat how you're doing, and while doing that, please type 5 if you can hear my voice and a 5 if you can see my screen. So that's 5, 5 for both. Excellent. 5, 5 can hear and see. Hi, William. Good, and 5, 5. Excited to start the new project, 5, 5. Thanks. Wonderful. So you're all here. And it looks like you're all doing okay, and everybody can hear my voice and see my screen because you gave me 5, 5 for both. So let's take a minute to see what we're doing today. Okay, first we are going to say goodbye to my tamago, and we're going to start a new project today, starting with learning one of the most difficult subjects in basic programming. So let's take a minute to just shut down my camera because I don't want it to interfere with our lesson. Okay, before we start talking about today's meeting, let's say goodbye to our previous project, which we finished last meeting. Did everybody here have a chance to install their first app on their smartphone? Yep, and I love it. Nice, Alex. Yep, says Caitlin. Yes, my mom got the email too, and she installed it also. Sure, and I showed my friends. Fantastic.
Yeah, I sent it to my family on a WhatsApp group. They say all of them say it's very cool.
Oh, that's great. Okay, that's great to hear, guys. Does anybody want to present their app?
I do.
Caitlin, is your app ready on your screen?
Yes.
I'm reminding you that once you share your screen, everybody will be able to see it. So if you have anything open that you don't want us to see, please close it before you share your screen.
Okay, I'm ready.
Okay, give me just a second. Okay, you can go ahead and share your screen. Beautiful design. Why did you choose this design?
Because I really like this background image.
Way to go. Okay, let's see how it works. Very nice job. What is this next level?
I made it for people who have nothing to do, so level 1 60 clicks and level 2 is 1,000 clicks.
I know someone that really needs that level 2.
Yeah. Okay, Caitlin, thank you so much for sharing, and well done for thinking about your target audience. Does anybody else have any more questions about this project?
Nope.
Okay. Nope, I don't have any questions at this moment. Not for now. Great. Is that not yet? Cool. So let's move on. Before we start talking about today's subject, I have a question. Who or what do you think we can learn from?
We can learn from our teachers.
The books we read?
And Alex wrote computer in the chat. Yeah, we can learn from our mom, our dad, our teachers, friends, books. And there's actually another source from which we can learn that is very common today, and that is software. In today's meeting, we're going to start a new project in which we'll learn to program. Let me open up my board. Educational software. So what is educational software anyway? I'm reminding you that you are allowed to guess.
It's a type of software program.
Well, educational software is a computer program that teaches something. Give me examples of what educational software in kindergarten can teach, for example.
It can teach words and letters.
Yes. And I wrote numbers, shapes. Right. Great examples, everybody. If you think about it, you will be able to program an app that will teach your younger siblings something. I want to show you an example of the educational software that we will program. This example was created by one of the kids in our program. Of course, your app will look a little bit different according to your design. Go ahead and click Start Game. And here we see a few butterflies. Is my color red? I'm going to give it the wrong answer first, see what happens. Almost right, try again. And again, I'll click on, is my color red on the red butterfly? I'll say yes. And here we see that we receive a point. So in this educational software, we teach colors to kindergarten kids. In order to make our educational software know how to respond to changing situations, one of the things we'll need is one of the most difficult subjects of programming, basics, boxes. Right? I want you to think about boxes that you know from your life and try to tell me, why do we need boxes?
We need them to organize rooms.
We put toys in them when we move to a new house. To put things in it, right, guys? We need boxes to store things. What do you think we could put in a box?
My sandwich.
Books.
My toys, my PlayStation games. Right. So there are boxes in which we put food, clothes, money, and many other things. A refrigerator, for example, is a box because we store food in it. Can you give me some more examples of boxes that you know from your life? Your closet, a drawer, a book. Why a book? Maybe it stores words, information, stories. Really creative answer, guys. So, why do you think we should store things in boxes?
To arrange my room.
To save it, to save things. I don't know. I don't know is a good answer. We store things in boxes basically so we can use them in the future. To sum it up, there are all kinds of boxes, and we put stuff in these boxes to store it because we'll probably need it in the future. Software also has stuff to keep, to save, because we'll need it later. Can you give me examples of things that software saves for us?
My Steam username.
Your Steam username. Excellent.
Game results.
And Alex wrote, how many lives remain for the player? Excellent answers, guys. So in software as well, in order to store and save things that we'll need in the future, we use a box. And in more professional language, it's called a variable. And until I get tired of it, I'll use both terms, box and variable. If you hear me say box sometimes and variable other times, know that I mean the same thing. Okay, questions so far? So I told you earlier that variables or boxes is a very difficult subject in basic programming. And it's quite hard to understand, but this is what I'm here for, to help. So there are all kinds of boxes. Boxes for food, boxes for money, boxes for clothes, etc. In live code, there are 3 types of boxes or variables: temporary variables, local variables, and global variables. Today, we'll focus on local variables. Take just a moment to tell you an example from real life. Everybody at a certain age can open a personal bank account. You've probably heard your father or mother talking about their bank account. A bank account is a place where people can save their money. They can do all sorts of things in this account: deposit money, withdraw money, transfer money, and more. Who do you think can do all these things?
The bank.
Thank you.
The people who work at the bank.
People who work at the bank. Good answers, guys. Actually, only the person, the account holder, the person that owns the account. Am I allowed to control and know what goes on in Alex's bank account?
No.
No.
No, not really. So only if he decides to share it with me or allow me to be a partner in the account. But even this decision is only in the hands of the account owner. A box that behaves like a bank account is called a local box, or in professional language, local variable. So the first thing we need to know about the local variable is that we must declare it. What does that mean? Just as if we wanted to open a bank account, we'd have to go to the bank and fill out all the forms and do all sorts of official things related to opening an account. Also in software, so that it knows we want to use a local variable, we have to declare it. Soon we'll see what it means to declare a variable. In addition, a local variable is applicable only to the object in which it was declared. This means that the content of the variable will be known only to the object in which we declared the variable. Just like every action in my bank account is known only by me. Questions so far?
No questions?
No.
No.
Okay, so moving on. When we move to a new house, our parents write on the boxes, and we do too. We mark where they belong, in which room, and we also label the box if it's fragile, so that the movers are careful. We understand that boxes should be given a good name, a meaningful name, so that we can tell the boxes apart and know what each box's role is. Just like the label on a box of sugar that's there to help us avoid putting salt in our hot chocolate, for example. To give a good name to a variable, we've set some rules. You'll recognize some of them from names that we give to objects and methods. The first 4 rules. The variable name must be in English. It must express the purpose of the box. There will be no spaces. And instead of spaces, we start the beginning of each word with a capital letter, except for the first word. And the 5th rule is a new rule. And it says that the name of the variable always starts with an underscore, no matter what type of variable it is. An underscore is made by pressing the Shift key and then pressing the dash key. Okay, so these 5 rules are universal and shared rules that we use when naming variables. When naming a local variable, there's a 6th rule. This rule is the one that helps us identify that this is a local variable. The 6th rule is the declaration of the variable, as I explained before. When we declare a local variable, we insert the word local before the variable's name. And so we tell the software what type of variable it is. Let's look at an example of a local variable declaration. Suppose I have a monkey in my software and I want to count the number of clicks on the monkey. I'll keep count in a local box, local variable. I said before that I had to declare the right kind of box. So above all lines of code, above all methods and events, we'll type the word local. And after that, we'll add a space until the word local is marked in color. Then we'll write the name of the box or variable according to the rules. Can anyone guess what will be stored in this box in the example?
Clicked. The amount of times you've clicked on the monkey.
The number of clicks on the monkey.
Great answers, guys. Exactly. Questions so far?
No
questions
questions.
so far.
All right, so we saw at the beginning of the presentation that there are 3 types of boxes. We'll get to know the rest of them in our next meeting. Today, we'll learn how to use a local variable in live code. I've created this folder on my desktop in advance for the project. I'm just going to open up the live code file. And I've completed the first 2 steps in building software. I created a file and defined all its properties according to what we've learned. I've named the card, and I also added 2 objects. Okay, I have a cute monkey, and I want to count the number of clicks on my monkey. So I'll go into the monkey's code editor. And we saw in the presentation that in order to use a local variable, we need to declare it. So I'll do that at the top of the code editor. go ahead and declare the variable, and you can see changed color. And I'll write number. The first letter is not capital, and the rest of them are capital. Number of clicks. So what is the first thing you do when you want to tell an object what to do?
I don't quite remember.
That's a good answer.
Give it a name.
And Alex wrote create a method. Excellent, guys. We're going to create a method and name it. So I'll write on, and in capital letters, number of clicks. Hit enter. And now I'll add the instructions or commands to the method. And you can try to explain to me in your own words what I wrote. I'm going to add 1, 2, and here I'm going to copy my variable so I can avoid spelling mistakes, and write put, and again Control V, into field, and I will take it from my property inspector, copy, Control C, and Control V. Okay, does anybody want to tell me what I just wrote in the code?
Add 1 to underscore number of clicks. Put underscore number of clicks into field number of clicks.
Thank you, Caitlin. Yes, add 1 to the local variable called number of clicks. Put the contents of the number of clicks variable into the field whose name is in the quotation marks. How do we identify number of clicks as a variable? The underscore. I'm not sure. Guys, great. It's because of the underscore, right? And how did we identify it as a local variable? I don't know. That's also a perfectly good answer. Okay, because we declared it at the top of the code editor here. Questions so far? Oh yeah.
No question.
Okay, so what do I do next? When I click on the monkey, you think it will count my click?
No, it won't.
No. Caitlin wrote no. Alex wrote no. No, you guys are right. You need to tell the software when to perform the method. I'll add a new event and I'll call for the method number of clicks. Now I'll add it on the top, just above the method. On mouse down, click enter, and now I'll copy because I don't want to have any spelling errors. Control C and Control V. So let's see if the software does what we wanted it to do. We'll go into run mode. Oh, first I'll apply it. Go into run mode and click on the monkey. You can see going up in number. So now it's your turn to practice working with local variables. I emphasize for those of you who feel that this is difficult, that is okay, and it's only natural. This is a really difficult subject, which requires a lot of practice and experience. And we will practice it repeatedly in our projects. So pay attention. In today's exercise, there is no separate advanced part. Everything is advanced. But we'll all get through it together. So today, you'll create the local variable. You'll attempt, delete, change, run, and check it. It's okay to make mistakes. In fact, make mistakes and then fix them. This is the best way to learn and understand. So you can start working on your exercise, and soon I'll start moving to your screens. Okay, guys, if you have any problems opening the exercise or you need my help, just let me know in the chat. I'll raise a red flag. In a few seconds, I'm going to move to Alex's screen, and just reminding you that this is not a test. I just want to see how you're doing. Okay. Alex, get ready to share your screen. Okay, so you're in the stage where you're adding the monkey image, yeah, to the live code file. Great. Nice work, you know. Perfect, and now I just want to remind you to be sure to remember to lock the size and position. Great. Okay, so now I'm going to move to Caitlin's screen. Go ahead and get ready. Okay, Caitlin, go ahead and share your screen. Thank you. Okay. Nice. You're changing the size of your file, of your stack. And wow, nice job. You remembered to click the resizable button. Nice work. Okay. Thank you. Okay, Anna, we're going to move to your screen now. Can go ahead and feel free to share your screen. Just working on the code. Fantastic. Thank you for sharing. And I'm going to move on. Keep up the good work. I'm going to move on to Tihan's screen now. Okay, Tihan, get ready to share your screen. Adding the label. Great work. Okay. Okay, Alex has a problem. Alex will be there in just a second to take a look and help you out. Okay, Alex. Okay, let's take a look at the code. Okay, so I can see on line number of 11 that the number of clicks field is spelled with a spelling mistake. And the best thing that you can do, just like I did in the demonstration, is copy and paste. So if you want to go ahead and fix that, just copy the number of clicks. Exactly. Perfect. And paste it in the quotation marks. There you go. Nice work. Okay, great job, Alex. Just going to move back to my screen so that we can do a short summary of what we learned today. Okay, so what did we learn today? We had one of the hardest meetings in programming. we talked about boxes and variables, and we learned how to create a local variable and how to use it in live code. Okay, so let's talk about what we'll do next week. In our next meeting, we're going to learn about temporary and global variables. And we'll see how to use boxes, also known as variables, in our educational software. All right, guys, that's it for today. Thank you so much. Have a great week and great job.
Thank you very much. Enjoy your week.
Bye. Have a nice weekend. It was fun.
Thanks, Tihan. Thanks, Caitlin. Thanks, William. Bye. Bye, Alex. Bye. Have a good week.